I learned the ways of the blade in the Great War. Nearly lost my life outside the Imperial City. I came home to SKYRIM when it was all over, but I wasn't much good at anything other than fighting. Wandered around as a blade for hire. It was a damned good one, too. The money was good, and the women were good, and the drinks were good. But I was losing myself, my heart. I was lucky the companions found me. Now there's a reason to be fighting. The honor of my brothers and sisters is worth more than coin. Of course the money is still good. And the drinks. I did. Your time, it seems, has come. Last week, a scholar came to us. He said he knew where we could find another fragment of Wuthrad. He seemed a fool to me, but if he's right, the honor of the companions demand that we seek it out. There's a fine line between respect and bootlicking, new blood. We've decided this will be your trial. Farkas will be your shield sibling on this venture, whelp. He'll answer any question. Try not to disappoint, or to get him killed. You still need to prove yourself, whelp.
It's inconceivable to our elven overlords. Sharing.
There's a rift here in Skyrim. Can't neither imagine nor the passing of time. Shiny trinkets for your good lady, all crafted by the great.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. Everything. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Take a look. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing. Do come back.
Maybe some other time I'll reveal your destiny.
Be glad you're here in the city and not out in Riverwood. Those poor sods don't even have a wall. I can take you to any of the hold Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. You ready to go yet?
Hold there. Before I let you into Riften, You need to pay the visitor's tax. For the privilege of entering the city. What does it matter? I think you'd be a little smarter than that. All right, keep your voice down. You want everyone to hear you? I'll let you in. Just let me unlock the gate. Gate's unlocked. You can head inside when you're ready.
Welcome to Riften, home of the thieves.
I had another run-in with the Thieves' Guild.
Be careful, Mule. The Thieves Guild has Maven Blackbriar at her back. One snap of her fingers and you could end up in Riften jail. Or worse.
They represent the reason I'm here. I can't just ignore them, Eren.
I know. I just don't want you to leave. You're the only good thing that's happened to this city in a long time.
You're a stranger here too, huh?
I've never seen
Visitors
Mjols
like us are
except
rare in this part of
the city
Skyrim.
really gets to her.
I've been adventuring across Tamriel since I was a fresh-faced young woman barely able to swing a blade. My travels have taken me from High Rock to Valenwood, elsewhere to Morrowind, and all points in between. Many years ago I lost my blade, Grimsever, within a Dwemer ruin. I took it as a sign that I was wasting my days in search of wealth. You and I are alike. We seek challenge and great fortune. But for me, that's where the similarities end. You see, Riften is my great beast to be slain, and my fortune comes from gratitude and trust. To call it a guild is ridiculous. How can people who would betray one another over a gold coin be considered part of an association? They're the worst kind. Even the Dark Brotherhood abides by a strict set of rules and tradition. These thieves are just rabble. What do you think? That's a shame. Too many people in Riften share your view, and look where it's getting them. It's going to take more than just myself and Eren to help this city. It has to want to help itself first. Maven Blackbriar, the matriarch of the family, represents everything that's wrong with this city. She's bribed countless officials, has friends back in the Imperial City, and freely associates with the Thieves' Guild. I've tried everything I can to protect Riften citizens from her family, but to no avail. Well, there is Ingun Blackbriar, Maven's daughter. Strange girl. She likes to spend time down in Elgrim's elixirs working on her alchemy. Then you have Hemming, Maven's son, spoiled brat and heir to her empire. He follows her word like a loyal dog follows its master. And finally, Sibi, the worst of all of them. He's in Riften jail for murder. It's been difficult. I've taken the burdens of this city's problems upon myself, and I keep running into impossible obstacles. Corruption, lies, and deceit are the order of the day here. If it wasn't for Eren, the young man who saved my life, I think I'd already have given up long ago. It was Eren who found me dying outside of a Dwemer ruin. If he hadn't brought me here and nursed me back to health, I would have died. When my strength returned and he told me about the problems plaguing Riften, I decided fate brought me here for a reason, so I stayed. Well met, friend. How can I help you? Safe
I don't know you. You and Riften looking for trouble? Yeah? Well, I got news for you. There's nothing to see here. Last thing the Blackbriars need is some stranger sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. The Blackbriars have Riften in their pocket, and the Thieves Guild watching their back, so keep your nose out of their business. Me? I'm Maul. I watch the streets for them. If you need dirt on anything, I'm your guy. But it'll cost you. Don't make me laugh. Just stay out of the Blackbriars' affairs. You'll live longer.
I'm really getting tired of your excuses. When you borrowed the money, you said you'd pay it back on time and for double the usual fee.
I know I did. But how was I to know the shipment would get robbed?
Next time, keep your plans quieter, and nothing would have happened to it.
What? Are you telling me you robbed it? Why? Why are you doing this to me?
Look, Shadra, last warning. Pay up or else. All I care about is the gold. Everything else is your problem. I don't have any business with you, so get out of my face.
Huh? What do you want? Yes. Hofgrir took me in when I arrived in Riften about a year ago. Horses are my whole life. I hope to open my own stables one day. I owe a great deal of money to someone, and I think they cheated me. I don't know what to do. I was able to work out a deal with the stables in Whiterun. I borrowed some gold from Sapphire to pay for the shipment, but it got robbed before it... Now Sapphire wants her money back, and if I don't pay her, I think she's going to kill me. You will? Oh, thank you. Be careful with Sapphire. She mixes with all sorts of nasty people.
People of Riften, heed my words. The return of the dragons is
Never
not
done an
mere
honest day's
coincidence.
work in your life for all
This
that
is one
coin
of the
you're carrying.
signs.
Hey, lad.
Signs that Lady Mara is displeased with your constant
I'm saying you've got the
inebriation.
coin, but you
Put
didn't
down your
earn a
flag and
septim
spill
of
with
it
your
honestly.
vile liquids, and
I can
embrace
tell.
the teachings of the handmaiden of Kyne.
Oh, but that's where you're wrong, lad. Wealth is my business. Maybe you'd like a
Hero,
taste.
Certainly we can come to some sort of an
I've
understanding.
got a bit of an errand to
People
perform,
must be made
but I
aware
need
of
an
the
extra
chaos
pair of
they sow.
hands. And in my line of work, extra hands are well paid.
There's no need to use them as an excuse to harass
Simple.
our customers.
I'm going to cause a distraction.
Talon.
You're gonna steal
I'll
Medesi's
remove
silver
myself
ring
from
from
this
us.
den of iniquity.
Once you have it,
We're
I
not
want you to
kicking
place it in
out.
Branche's
Just keep the
pocket
servant
without him
in
noticing.
and let us all sin in peace.
There's someone that wants to see him put out of business permanently. I'll be out in the market all day, from 8 in the morning. Meet me then, if you've still got the stomach for it. We've been contracted to make sure Branche remembers not to meddle in affairs that aren't his own. Now, since we're not the Dark Brotherhood, we're not going to kill him. We're just going to make sure he sits in the prisons for a few days. We've been contracted to make sure Branche remembers not to Now, since we're not the Dark Brotherhood, we're not going to kill... Do you want me to hold your hand as... You're going to have to sneak over to Medesi's stall and use your... Then, when you have the ring, you pickpocket Branche and leave it behind. I'll be at the market come morning. You better be there too.
Yeah? What's your problem?
If you... What can I get you? Meat? Wine? Riften's biggest exports used to be fishing and honey until the Blackbriar family moved in. Now the meadery is the biggest game in town. Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter. Head north to Winterhold. There's a college there. They teach magic. Most Nords don't care for them. Else you could go see the Jarl's wizard. Might be able to help you. The Thieves Guild has been pushing hard to regain a foothold in this city. Rumor has it they're falling apart from the inside. Come back and see us again.
Yeah? What's your problem?
If you've... Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Yeah? What's your problem?
Let me know if there's anything else you need. What can I get you? Meat? Wine?
Yeah? What's your problem? I knew that stupid kid would try and find a way to weasel out of his debt. Look, this is really simple. I lent him some gold, he promised to pay me back, and now he says he's broke. End of story. All right. I guess I made enough from his shipment. No need to waste any more time threatening a stable hand. Tell Shadra he doesn't owe me anything. I hope we bump into each other again. Look, I already said Shadra doesn't owe me a thing, so get off my back.
Rare trinkets and the finest oddities from Morrowind.
Any luck with Sapphire? By the 8! You actually talked her into it? I don't know what to say. I didn't think anyone in Riften even cared what happened to me. Look, I was saving this, but I wanted you to have it. I thought I might need it if Sapphire came for me, but I don't need it anymore. I'd better get going. Good day, friend. Keeping well? Hofgrir's a great teacher. Horses are all I know. I've been riding since I could walk.
Only a mere 20 gold coins, and all this would be yours.
Beautiful baubles and gleaming gemstones over here.
My food is the best in all of Skyrim, always as fresh as the day it was collected. I picked up a trick from a butcher in Elenir, a small town over the border in Hammerfell. He showed me a way to grind up ice wraith teeth and use it as a preservative. Keeps everything cold and fresh, but only for a limited time. I'm always looking to replenish my supply, so if you ever come across 5 of them, I'd be more than happy to take them off your hands. Thanks. I was actually worried I'd run out. Well, I'd be careful if I were you. I hear the Nords hunt them for some kind of initiation rite, and not all of them end up victorious. The last traveler that traded me some said he found them at a place called Ancient's Ascent. Careful though. Rumor has it a dragon makes its home there. They live below the streets in the ratway like dirty animals. And trust me, they're no better than the vermin that slink out of there for scraps. They make it difficult for decent people to earn a living. Of course, not many decent people live here in the first place. It's Riften's name for the sewers beneath our feet. Absolutely disgusting. If you fancy keeping your purse filled with gold and your head on your shoulders, I'd stay out of those awful tunnels. Everything I've got on display, really.
Live for thousands of years. See into other people's thoughts.
Be careful looking for those teeth. Those little bastards are dangerous.
Rare trinkets and the finest...
My husband, Bercy, will be the death of me. Oh, he spends too much time worrying about Riften and not enough about himself. All the crime and corruption in Riften is really getting to him. Now that we hear rumors about the dragons, he's been very depressed.
Well met, friend. How can I help you?
I've never seen Miol this
Safe
upset about
travels.
anything. The city really gets to her.
You gonna buy something? Or just here for training? Otherwise, move on. Look, I've moved all over Skyrim selling these bits of junk, and I'm barely scraping by. I'm not out to win friends, and I could care less if you're happy about your purchase or not. I just need the coin. The sooner I get out of Skyrim, the better. I'll teach you how to use it effectively, and keep you quick on your feet. The war is tearing the land apart. The dragons have returned seeking who knows what. Skyrim is going nowhere, fast. If I were you, I'd pack up and get out of here before you end up in one of those burial cairns.
Buying and selling fine jewelry here.
Come back when you're ready. Spend more gold. Goodness knows I could use it.
Genuine Falmer blood elixir for sale. Live for thousands of years. See
You're gonna
into other people's
everything I've got on display. Really. Everything I've got on display. Really. Come back when you're ready to spend more gold. Goodness knows I could use it.
herbs, potions, exotic ingredients. I've had them all.
I presume you're bothering me for a good
Come to see Balaman perform miracles with steel, eh? People say I'm making gold off of other people's misery, but what else would I do? Smithing is all I know. Next time one of my shields deflects a killing blow, they'll change their tune.
Legendary Argonian
You wish to do what I do? Very well. Smithing's been in my blood for generations. I owe my success to my forefathers and their recipe for flame. The secret is my forge. It consumes fire salts, a strange mineral that burns as hot as red mountain lava. Well, it was. Sadly, this forge is dying, and I've used the last of my fire salts. If I can't feed it soon, it may grow cold. You will? Thank you. 10 pinches of fire salt should give me all I need to bring this forge back to life. A flame atronach's body might provide fire salt. They're dangerous creatures that can be summoned by wizards. Of course, it would be much easier to check with an alchemist. They occasionally have them for sale. Remember, nothing but genuine fire salts will do. The forge knows the difference.
The fairest prices and the highest quality in Skyrim.
Greetings, honored friend. Could I interest you in some fine jewelry?
My husband Bercy will be the death of me. He spends too much time worrying about Riften and not enough about himself.
Vegetables as crisp as a winter's morning.
I presume you're bothering me for a good reason.
Hey, don't look at me that way. Who are you to judge me? So what if I have a problem? I know how to deal with it.
What? I don't have time for idle chit-chat. What is it? Of course. Nothing gets done without my approval in this city. I have the Jarl's ear, and the guards in my pocket. Anyone makes trouble for me, and I pay a visit to the Thieves' Guild. Make me angry, and I contact the Dark Brotherhood. You do well to remember that the next time you make such a stupid observation. Out of my way.
Maramal thinks he's so smart. Tells me that Mara will cleanse the filth from my blood. Huh. What does he know?
Welcome. Allow me to recommend the Blackbriar mead.
My Mwah father thought he could pull my strings. Continue the Halalu tradition. I left all that nonsense behind.
I'm the brewmaster around here. What did you... I'm quite busy. Need something? Can I get back? Maven Blackbriar wants me to keep the mead flowing, and that's what I aim to do, despite all these lazy good-for-nothings that work for us. Ever since I took over as a foreman, the production of our mead has never been more profitable. And if the meadery is profitable, I'll get rich. Get the picture? Lady Maven could buy or sell anyone in Skyrim. I wouldn't be surprised if she's the one pulling the strings around this city. She's always welcome in Mistveil Keep, and between you and me, I'm pretty sure she even has some pretty influential friends within the Empire. I'd also warn you not to cross her. She employs quite a few troubleshooters to take care of messy problems. Good. Now maybe I can get back to work.
Sorry, you've caught me at a bad time. I've lost someone dear to me. It was my sister, Lilia. She served as a battle maiden with the Stormcloaks. We recently heard she'd been killed. I find it difficult to talk about. Perhaps you'd be better off speaking to my parents about it. Anyway, I'm glad my work at the Blackbriar Meadery keeps me busy. Helps me keep my mind off of things. My father was a Stormcloak soldier in his younger days. Now he just walks the streets spewing his hatred and propaganda. My mother is the priestess of Talos. She tends to the shrine and teaches his ways. I'm just not so sure she's delivering the right message. Don't mistake my political beliefs as a substitute for my family values. They're still my parents, and I love them dearly. I just think they've let my sister's death skew their outlook on Ulfric and what he really brings to the table with this war. I'm not so certain that Ulfric's intentions are as noble as they think. I think Ulfric cares about Ulfric, and the rest is a smokescreen. I'd appreciate if you kept my opinion between us. The last thing I want to do is have my parents lose another child. Yes, actually. I'm partnered with Maven Blackbriar. I put up a chunk of the gold she needed to get the place off the ground. We've been staggeringly successful so far. In fact, I'm almost surprised how quickly she's generated business for us. My name may not be on the label, but some of my blood, sweat, and tears are in every drop. Figuratively, of course. It's been good talking to you.
You look like you could use a drink. What do you say to some cheap mead? I'm the brewmaster around here. What did you want? I'm quite busy.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near
waiting,
Riften.
the
Might
insufferable
consider joining
waiting.
up myself.
The waiting, the insufferable waiting. Here, I want you to have this. Don't ask, just take it. Need something? Yes? It would seem so. Thanks. Good luck out there. The waiting, the insufferable waiting. You know Belethor's shop in Whiterun? That'd be a good place to start. He carries all sorts of things like that. Yes? You know Belethor's shop in Whiterun? That'd be a good place to start. He carries all sorts of things like that.
Well met. I don't think they're hiring anyone at the moment, so if you're looking for work...
Please help me. I'm going to lose my job at the Riften Fishery. Bolly is a good man. He pays us well and watches out for us. I used to work at the Blackbriar Meadery, but Darin and I never saw eye to eye. That elf has no patience at all. It's probably for the best anyway. I'm far better at fishing than working in a meadery. My job at the Riften Fishery is in danger. The owner, Bolly, said that if I show up for work in this condition one more time, then I'm out. I don't mean to do this to myself, but I can't help it. I tried some skooma a year ago, and ever since then, I can't stop. If you could give me a healing potion, I could cleanse this poison from my body and get back to my life. Your kindness will never be forgotten. Here, take this. It's all I can offer you for what you've given me.
Trees. They're beautiful here. Reminds me of autumn at home.
Company.
The fall forest makes me miss my childhood. Playing among the towering trees in Valenwood, living with my brethren.
I'm feeling much better now, thanks to you.
Need something? Of course. That doesn't change anything. My thanks to you.
no idea what it's like to have it. Need something?
There's fine steel at the Scorched Hammer, if you fancy a new blade.
I'm waiting.
If it's a bed you need, talk to Kirab.
There's nothing like fishing on Lake Onrek. You should try it sometime. Only the best in all of Riften. I own Riften Fishery. Started out with a single fishing pole and now I have an entire building and 2 boats to my name. Not bad for a middle-aged Nord, eh? Too bad I haven't had the same success helping this city shed its poverty. Nivenor thinks I'm wasting my time trying, but I disagree. Nivenor is my wife. How I was ever able to meet such a gorgeous creature is one of life's mysteries. We're at odds about my charity. She thinks the people in this town have become lazy and expecting a handout. I tried to include her in my lessons for Mara Mall over at the Temple of Mara, but she prefers to shop instead. Different strokes, eh? Yes, I suppose someone has to be around here. Have you seen the condition of this sorry excuse-for city? Beggars roam the streets, crime runs rampant, and the threat of wars driving away business. The paltry amount of coin that I place in the charity box at the temple is the least I can do to help. I sell my catch across a good portion of SKYRIM. It's worth its weight in gold to me. The only untapped market left is Markarth. However, I just got word that Klepper at the Silver Blood Inn might be interested. If you're headed that way, I would appreciate you delivering a purchase agreement for me. You'd be paid, of course. Good. Klepper will pay you as soon as you arrive with the letter. Here you are. Remember to give at the temple.
New around Riften? Take my advice. Stay at the Bee and Barb. The bunkhouse isn't for you. Of course not. You expect me to take care of it by myself? My niece Svana helps me with the chores. She'd be more help if she kept her head out of the clouds. She's been with me ever since her parents were killed by bandits and she was dropped in my lap. There's a college in Winterhold that teaches magic. It's very secretive, though, and you know how people hate secrets. The Jarl's Court wizard was taught there. That one's full of secrets. I don't know why I bother.
Sure. Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart. All right, then.
Protect yourself, right?
I was trained by some of the finest warriors in all Skyrim to wield a blade as if it was an extension of my own arm. My mother spares no expense where I'm concerned. I'm heir to the family fortune, after all.
I've got your back. Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance?
Beautiful baubles and gleaming gemstones over here.
Clean and free from rock joint.
Watch this. The Imperials think we need their laws.
Blessings of Mara upon you. Wonderful. Where to begin? Mara is the goddess of love. The temple spreads her gifts by tending to the sick, the poor, and the lost. We also perform wedding ceremonies for all the loving couples in Skyrim. Yes, if you were ready, of course. Are you familiar with how marriage works in Skyrim? Typically, love in Skyrim is as earnest as the people who live here. Life is hard and short, so there's little room for long courtship. A person who is looking for a spouse simply wears an amulet of Mara about the neck, showing they are available. When another person shows interest and the two agree to be together, one of them comes to the temple and we arrange a ceremony. Mara's domain encompasses the emotions we strive the most to embrace: love, compassion, and understanding. It's difficult to appreciate her gifts in these dark times, but you should consider her light a beacon in the storm. Of course. I'd be more than happy to add a donation to our charity box. Right now, the best you could provide is coin. We need all the help we can get. Thank you. I can promise you that this will be put to good use. May you return to her benevolence in safety. Blessings of Mara upon you. How may I help you, my son? Yes?
Lady Mara bids you welcome to her We are devoted to the goddess Mara, who gave mortals the gift of love, that they might have a hint of eternity. Her blessings are many. To love is to know the true nature of the gods. Not all can hear the broad echoes of deepest dawn. To receive the touch of Mara, you must first act as her hands in the world. Explore the facets of the infinite jewel. Are you prepared, then, to help bring the light across this land? The dawn surely opens upon you, child. You must bear its light that all may see. Mara has reflected an image to me. At the foot of the throat and the young woman, almost a girl. Her fickle love must resolve itself. The village of Iverstead. The woman, Fastred. This is the prayer heard by the goddess and relayed to her servants. Return when she has seen her path. I will entreat Mara on your behalf.
Need something? This temple is dedicated to Mara, and the light of love she shines on us all. I'm only a humble acolyte, though. If you wish to avail yourself of Mara's blessing, you should speak with Denya Balu or Maramal. All right, then.
Lady Mara bids you welcome to her benevolence.
Blessings of Mara upon you.
Rare trinkets and the finest oddities from Morrowind.
Protect yourself right.
What is it, Redguard?
Did we have an appointment? No. Was a delivery? I can't remember. Excuse my disorganization, but I'm in the middle of some delicate experiments. Winterhold. You want the college there? They teach quite a bit. Yes, I could use some help with that. An assistant, perhaps? No. Maybe a familiar... No, too messy. Well, at any rate, organization is not my strong suit. Not at all. I need as much help as I can get. In fact, if you could retrieve a few things for me, I could start on my next set of experiments. As you can imagine, I tend to forget things often. Leave things around. I really must learn to put these things away. What I need is my Dwemer stirring spoon, my orichalcum ingot, and my grand soul gem. In fact, I could use them immediately. Bring those items back to me, and I'll be happy to experiment on you. No, that isn't right. I'd be happy to reward you. Excellent. I can't wait. Well, why are you still standing here? Oh, right. You need to know where they are. That would help. Someone actually interested in what I'm doing. Amazing! Well, allow me to explain. My experimentation involves a magical construct and a reagent that will allow the construct to maintain a field of permanent harmonic energy. The blue thing? But even the simplest harmonic field is composed of entirely... Wait just a moment. The blue thing... Yes. I can see your point. Draw out the necessary energies using a Jarl apparatus. But wait. What about soul reversal? You must be aware of the consequences when using the apparatus near an open magic field. Astonishing. I hadn't considered that. I mean, it would take months, years to work out the differentials. But what a revolutionary concept. Wait. I can see a minor problem in your theory. Without a soul siphon, how would you prevent permanent magicka burn? Are you completely insane? Swallow a soul gem? That has to be the most brilliant and unexpected solution I've heard in a long time. It solves all of my problems and keeps the field stable. Now all I need... Wait, what were we talking about? Let's see. Last time I used the Dwemer spoon was at my dear friend Bodhi's house in Iverstead. Fellstar Farm, I believe it's called. The orichalcum ingot should still be at Winterhold at the Frozen Hearth Inn. I don't know why I didn't just take it with me. And last is the soul gem. I left that one in Windhelm at the White Phial Alchemy Shop. It was a good trade, too. Oh well. So, you wish to master the arcane arts. Spells and incantations, for those with the talent to cast them. Okay. Now, where did I put those spiders?
As Jarl Lela... Oscar, I would ask that you maintain a respectable distance from her at all times.
I know you.
Did you have some sort of official business here?
Oh, you were getting something for me?
Indeed. There have been multiple attempts on the Jarl's life. We're not certain if it's the Dark Brotherhood or simply Imperial sympathizers. We've also had run-ins with spies attempting to probe our security for weaknesses. I work with the city guard to make certain they fail. At the end of the day, I'm the last line of defense for the Jarl. I will not allow her to fall. Liars and bastards. Every one of them. I'd have their heads on a pike if it wasn't for the war effort. All I need is 12 men, and we could march into the Ratway and burn them out like rodents. Stormcloaks won't have it, though. Too busy keeping the Imperial forces at bay. Ulfric's a bloody hero. I don't think there's a worthy Nord alive who dare argue the point. He's taking the Empire to task and making them answer for their crimes. I don't think I'll be content until Ulfric sits upon the throne of Skyrim with the ashes of the Concordat at his feet. Everyone knows the Thieves Guild uses the old sewer system beneath Riften as their hideout. I'd go down there myself, but that would leave Jarl Layla unprotected. I'm keeping my eye on you.
Welcome to Riften, traveler. I hope the road fared well. While I feel Ulfric's cause is just, my concern is for the people of the Rift. How can they continue to lead their already meager lives with dark clouds looming overhead? My heart goes out to them. If only our coffers were deeper, I could protect them as they were my own family. We're all eager to see them brought to justice. Maven Blackbriar has assured me that they're being dealt with appropriately. As one of our city's most influential citizens, she's taken it upon herself to oversee their incarceration. Sadly, they're proving elusive, but I have confidence that Maven won't give up until this city has been rid of them all. With the Stormcloaks at his back, Ulfric's poised to rid Skyrim of the Empire's forces and invalidate our involvement with the White Gold Concordat. Many have died taking up arms for this cause. I fear that the land will be stained with blood for years to come. Surely you're aware of the Great War between the Imperials and the Elves who called themselves the Aldmeri Dominion? When the smoke cleared, the White Gold Concordat was signed. It was supposedly a treaty aimed at establishing peace within the Empire. One of the terms of the treaty was the outlawing of worship to Talos. To the Stormcloaks, this was viewed as the moment when the Empire became unworthy of the allegiance of any true Nord. Good journey to you.
Welcome to Mistvale Keep. As Riften's steward, I'm afraid I can provide only limited assistance, but speak your mind.
Welcome to
If you're here to
Riften,
report any As steward, I serve as an intermediary between the Jarl and her subjects. I also handle the less important and day-to-day policies that affect daily life in Riften. Lately, I've had my hands full suppressing these ridiculous accusations of corruption in the Keep. There are those that believe the Jarl does nothing for this city, that it's corrupt and run by the Blackbriar family. I can assure you that this is entirely false. We are fully in control of everything. I'd hardly call them a guild. More like unorganized rabble. In fact, I wouldn't say they were a threat at all. No, our resources should be spent on preparations for invasion. You're welcome in Riften, as long as you continue to obey our laws.
Staying safe, I hope? I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of mead.
You could say the Ratway is the city under the city. Dark, dangerous, and no place for decent folk.
I could feel you laughing behind my back. Because I did something not a soul in this blood-stained house of war has the backbone to do. Dared to speak my mind. I dared speak of the Empire and the lies that have been spread by Ulfric, the leader of the Stormcloaks. Now my mother's stripped me of my heritage and incarcerated me here like a common criminal, and my brother has all but disowned me. Be wary what you say around here, friend. You'll find not all take kindly to insurrection. Ulfric only cares about one thing. Ulfric. He's ordained himself the future High King of Skyrim, and steps on anyone that gets in his way. He's begun a rebellion against those that wish to eradicate the worship of Talos, and uses it as his rallying cry. His cause may be true, but the man is a lie. All he holds in his heart is lust for the throne. All right, then. Did Harold send you to taunt me?
Fancy
Welcome
yourself
to the Bee and
adventuring
Bar,
type,
my
eh?
lord. If I
It's
can
just as
interest
well.
you in
I
one of
doubt
our
your
special
combat
drinks.
prowess would prove valuable in a real battle anyway.
If your allegiance lies with the Empire, we haven't much to discuss.
I was trained by some of the finest warriors in all Skyrim to wield a blade as if it was an extension of my own arm. Sorry, I'm afraid I can't help you much right now.
If you've got the coin, you're welcome here. Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry. Come back and see it. Again.
Yeah, what do you want? If this is about the meadery, we can talk later.
New around Riften? Take my advice. Stay at the Bee and Bar. The bunkhouse isn't for you.
Are you sick? Are you feeling sick?
What wasn't I clear about?
I'm feeling much better now, thanks to you. I'm not sure what it's made from, but I can tell you that once you've had a taste, you'll never crave anything else. The Dunmer came up with the stuff a long time ago. Very illegal and very hard to come by. I got mine off a merchant ship in Solitude. worst mistake I ever made. Look, I don't think I should say. I mean, they could kill me. It's not worth dying over. Okay, I'll tell you. I get my skooma from Sarthas Idrin. He has some sort of a setup over the Riften warehouse. You can't get inside, though. They've kept that place locked up tight since the war began. I overheard Boldy say that only the Jarl carries the key to the warehouse. When I meet Sarthas there, he's usually waiting for me outside with his bodyguard. If it wasn't for skooma, I'd already be on my way out of this horrible city. All my gold, completely gone. Now I have to start over. I'll never use skooma again, although I suppose a little mead now and then would be harmless. You've been kind. I thank you. You have no idea what it's like to have everything, then watch it all disappear. You've been kind. Thank you.
Victory is yours. I submit. I've been hunting and fishing in these parts for years.
It's not like my poaching is hurting anyone. The Jarl can hardly eat every deer now, can he? Take a look. See you.
Yes?
Give them the dogs, boys! Now ain't this a surprise?
Are you prepared to die?
Now I remember. You're that new member of the Companions. So, you what? Fetch the mead?
A fight?
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
Is that one of the old ruins? I'm right behind you. Let's get going then.
Now I remember. You're that new member of the Companions. So, you what? Fetch the mead?
You don't look like a pilgrim. Why bother visiting Iverstead?
If I were you, I'd keep away from the barrow on the east side of town. It's haunted. The Greybeards are a solitary lot. I don't think they've ever ventured outside their monastery. We get the occasional pilgrim passing through here on their way to the summit, but almost all of them have returned disappointed. There ain't much more to tell. They're haunted, and you should stay away. Look, I've seen one of the spirits with my very own eyes. When it glared at me, I swear it burned right through my soul. Fortunately, they seem to be sticking to the barrow. I think they're guarding it. Certainly isn't helping my business any. Who'd want to rent a room anywhere near a haunted barrow? If you think there's anything you can do, be my guest. About a year or two ago, some fella named Windelius came through. Said he was some kind of a treasure hunter. I warned him not to go in there, just like I warned you. The very next night we heard screams from the barrow, and that was it. We never saw him again. People say there's someone in Riften that can change your face, make you look completely different. Do you believe that? Sir, I've got no interest in magic users. No use for their kind at all. They're way up north in Winterhold, and that's fine with me. I don't even like our Jarl having a court wizard. If you're headed up to the monastery, watch your step. It's a long...
Pardon me, my lord. Would you care to hear me play my lute? If you fancy a bit of music, let me know. I've always fancied a journey up the 7,000 steps to the monastery. Anything to break the boredom of living in this town. I envy you. I play the lute. If you'd like to hear something, it only costs 5 gold. Why, thank you. You're very kind. Still interested? Thank you, my lord.
We don't get many visitors through here. Unless they're headed up to High Hrothgar, of course.
Depends. Are you thirsty, hungry, both? A pleasant journey, my lord.
You can. That? Need a room? Maybe a drink? Let me know if I can get you anything. If you're headed up to the monastery, watch your step. It's a long way down.
Wait, I know you. There's no mistake. You're a wanted man, and it's time to pay for your crimes. Good enough. I'll just confiscate any stolen goods you're carrying, then you're free to go.
The Imperials think us all lawless beasts. I'm proof of their ignorance. On your way up the 7,000 steps again, Klimek?
Not today. I'm just not ready to make the climb to High Hrothgar. The path isn't safe.
Aren't the Greybeards expecting some supplies?
Honestly, I'm not certain. I've yet to be allowed into the monastery. Perhaps one day. I wish I could make my deliveries more often, but the roads make a big choice.
They're not the sort to take visitors. But I never go that high up the path anyway. Some folk who make the trip leave them food or other essentials, but not to make conversation. I like to spend time up here, walk the steps, meditate on the emblems. Doesn't hurt when I bag some game along the way. I did. Strange days when the monks will do that. I wonder what it means. Good day.
Which
Pardon me, my lord. Would you care to hear me play my lute?
You don't look like a pilgrim. Why bother visiting Ivarstead? Klimek brings food supplies up to them once every few weeks, when the weather permits it. Other than that, they seem like a quiet lot. Don't really know too much about them.
If
What
you
a
fancy a
boring
bit of music,
conversation.
let me know. Yeah?
On your way up the 7,000 steps again, Klimek?
Not today. I'm just not ready yet.
Keep an eye out for wolves if you're headed up the path to High Hrothgar.